Hi, Beatty Barnes, Norfolk native. Been riding for over 20 years in the city. Here to talk to you today about riding safely on our ever-expanding cycling network. The bike lane here on 35th Street is great, but they don't run everywhere. Some roads have sharrows, multi-use pathways without any markings at all. To be a good cyclist, you have to be comfortable with them all. Now, let's get the bike safety stuff out of the way. And you buckle up when you drive, right? Gotta wear a helmet. You should. Can you afford a concussion or a trip to the emergency room? I didn't think so. Wear a helmet. And if you're gonna ride at night, you're gonna need lights. Front and rear lights for your bike. You wanna be seen. Use lights. And by law in Virginia, it's also important to have an audible signaling device on your bike. If you don't have a bell, you can always use your voice. Hey, I'm riding here. Unless you enjoy sharing the lane with big rigs, it pays to plan your bike route carefully or ride where you see other cyclists. They tend to ride on more bike-friendlier streets. And also you can check out Norfolk City Bike Network maps to plan your bike route. In addition to the awesome groups like Bike Norfolk and Social Cycling Norfolk, sometimes you can find real people at real bike shops. Hey, what's up, Mike? How you doing, man?
Good, man.
Here, the riders on Willowwood Drive had determined they can be to the right of the lane because automobiles can safely pass them on the left with 3-foot buffers. Notice they are doing other things to communicate to each other and drivers with hand signals. In this case, the riders on Lafayette are positioned in the center of the lane. They're riding in a sharrows, which is a lane without the regular lane that shows drivers where to expect the bikes to be positioned. As they approach the bridge, the sharrow markings disappear. Notice they remain positioned in the middle of the lane. They have assessed the situation and that being in the middle of the lane, taking the lane, is as safe to the right as they can be in this 9-foot lane. Otherwise, you can see there would not be enough room for automobile drivers to safely pass with a 3-foot buffer. This is especially important to single riders who are even more vulnerable on the road. Here I am crossing the bridge safely without risk of getting squeezed out. If folks say, "Hey, why are you riding in traffic like that?" you may want to remind them that bikes on roadways are traffic. We are traffic. This type of riding takes practice and it takes communication with those you are riding with and with the drivers. Remember, you are still responsible for following all the other traffic laws just as if you are a vehicle. Be respectful of others using the bike loop. Ride to the right so that faster riders can pass if needed. And if you're passing another rider, warn them by using the bell or saying, "On your left." A wave is always a nice touch too. Watch out for debris that may be on the path and warn other riders by pointing and calling it out. Some parts of the Norfolk's new bike loop uses sharrows, while other parts use designated bike lanes. Now, sharrows indicate where on the road a cyclist should ride. Be alert for automobiles on sections of the loop that switch from bike lanes to sharrows. Now, as a cyclist, we are expected to follow the same rules of the road as when we're driving a car, and we need to ride in a predictable manner regardless of where we are. It's especially important to signal your turns, left or right, to other road users. Now, if you need to make a left or right turn from center bike lanes, signal your turn and wait until the road is clear, both in front of you and behind. While riding on the road is statistically safer than riding on a sidewalk, there are moments when you may need to do so. Always yield to pedestrians on the sidewalk. And there's still parts of downtown Norfolk and Ghent where it's illegal to ride on the sidewalk. You need to be particularly aware of cars and drivers if you're riding your bike through a crosswalk. Remember that drivers are expecting to see slow pedestrians, not fast cyclists, and always yield to pedestrians. So give your car some alone time. Ride safe, ride predictably, and keep the rubber side down.